Drizzled News with Kyle Lawson.
Good afternoon. I'm Kyle Lawson. Earlier today, a hostage situation erupted at a local convenience store during an attempted robbery, which ensued with a chase. We go live to the scene with our reporter for more information. This is Kyle Lawson here with Weasel News. This is live breaking news. An officer has been shot. Unknown condition of the officer. Looks like we have a suspect vehicle along with the police vehicle here. We're unsure of the situation exactly on what happened. As soon as we can get more information, we will give you an update. What appears to be a shootout that occurred between police and suspects here just outside of the city limits here on the US Route 1. Still a very early scene here, very new, very developing story here. Unsure exactly what has happened and what has transpired. We have tons of police on scene. EMS has arrived as well. A shootout between officers and what appeared to be two, maybe three suspects who had fired upon officers. At this time, it is unknown about any types of fatalities or injuries. As this story develops, I will be bringing you more news and more information. So it looks like we have here both of the ambulances are going to be leaving the area at this time, what appears to be with multiple gunshot wound suspects. We are going to try and get an interview with one of the officers here, and we will let you know what was going on. What happened? What transpired here today?
So we had a few individuals that decided to take in another individual against their will and decided to rob a convenience store. We then got that individual out of there safely and alive, fully intact, without any harm brought to them, which then led into this chase. We then pursued the suspects of the robbery to this location where they have crashed their car because they lost control due to the snow. They then decided to hop out of the vehicle and open fire on one of my officers. We do not take that lightly, so I returned fire and have put all three of them down. We immediately had EMS here to support them after I have done emergency CPR and trauma kit to plug their holes so they wouldn't bleed out on us. EMS is now transporting them with the escort of us to Pillbox, and we are going to take them to MRPD for processing whenever they start feeling well of their injuries. Until the time being, they will be cuffed in Pillbox until we are able to transport them to MRPD once they are well enough for transport.
Okay, and at this time, do we have an extent of the injuries? Were there any officers that were injured?
We had one officer that was slightly injured. I wouldn't say severely injured. His plate carrier took the blunt of the force, but you know, them plate carriers, that they don't stop the pain. It still hurts quite a lot when you get hit in those plate carriers. Unfortunately, he passed out due to the pain to his chest, but like I said, we had EMS on scene very promptly and they are taking care of him. He and looks like he should be making a full recovery shortly after some rest and well needed medical treatment.
Awesome. We're glad to hear that the officer is okay. These criminals here. Now, you said that there was a hostage situation, and that's where this all transpired.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it was a hostage situation at a convenience store, Robert, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, just for my notes, thank you. Officer, what is your name and badge number?
315, Sergeant Silas Francis.
Silas Francis.
At your duty.
Thank you so much, Mr. Officer Francis, or Sergeant Francis. We appreciate what you do out here keeping our city safe. Thank you so much. We appreciate the time. I'm standing here with one of the suspects in that Officer Down shooting. He was just released from prison just now. Let's go ahead and get your take on what happened. What happened out there today?
We went out there to make a quick buck, and then shit, you already know, bro. Like, the cops came and we just couldn't get away from them. We knew that it was either them or us. We hopped out and we started popping them, and we just they had better firepower, They had the better weapons.
Yep, it seems like the police are always going to have the better firepower. Now, we understood that you took a hostage. Was there any careful consideration or planning on who you took for a hostage?
We all I'm gonna say is we took care of them. Uh, we are professional. We're not gonna harm, um, physically harm anyone, but there are going to be some emotional damages, which is unavoidable, unfortunately.
Now that you spent some time in prison and now that you're out, um, do you plan on changing your ways?
Well, I will say that there is a pattern, and there with the history does repeat itself. So, take that with however you want it. You may or may not see me out there on the streets, and that may or may not be a good thing or a bad thing. So, just watch out.
We appreciate your time with us. Thank you so much.